Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower. The harsh wind and the cold, wet snow of the harvest wars seems to penetrate everything. Grin and Berret have been living in a constant state of damp misery for more days than they can choose to count. It seems almost like a lifetime ago that for a brief moment they met a pair of ClockTower agents in a scrap tower who offered them warmth for a while, and they have learned much since then. Berret, as you look over at Grin and see the sort of sickly look on his face and feel the ragged, run-down feeling yourself, you feel that same familiar pain in your stomach from not eating enough as you wait. And with a little nod from Grin, you see Grin's ring on his hand, carefully wrapped in small vines from the petalhead's flower crowns. As you look down at your axes, turning them over in your hand, seeing those same petals wrapped around your axes. And you wait as a group of petalheads walks right past the two of you, not seeing you, not turning, as if their ability to spot you had been completely turned off. And you see them heading towards a position that you two had made earlier of a few weapons scrapped together from ClockTower agents who had starved to death. Piling their weapons up in one place, you started noticing that when you did this, petalheads would walk towards the greater source of weapons that were grouped together. And you noticed even further that when you took defeated petalheads' flower crowns and wrapped your weapons in them, it made you invisible to them as long as you were hiding. They could no longer see you through walls or have the sort of knowledge that you were there. Illusions work too, because it's ClockTower magic, but not as well as this. This strategy has kept you guys alive for a long time. The thing that has been the hardest struggle as you watch them past you is food. Every agent you find, you guys have the unpleasant task of searching through them and trying to find anything edible. And the last group that you had found, the last living ClockTower agents you had talked to, said that they heard it's not like this everywhere, and that if you go far enough east, if the Reaper, the source of everything, is north towards the center, where the petalheads all come from, if you go far enough east, they've said that there's organization, food, a group working together, which for you and Grin at the moment could be life or death finding those people. But you guys are so tired and so hungry that like the idea of fighting even a small patrol of petalheads right now sounds like a nightmare.
How long we've been traveling east for?
You've been traveling east for a day and a half.
Okay.
But, like, traveling east for a day and a half does not mean you're walking the whole time.
No.
That means a lot of bunkering down, waiting, making sure it's clear to go from patrol to patrol. It's a lot of what you're doing right now. Of there's a patrol, setting up traps. You guys have had to, like, fight for every inch of your lives like experts out here.
When's the last time we ate?
About a day and a half ago when you met those people and started heading east. They shared, one of them was Path of the East with the deep pockets, and they shared with you a granola bar that the two of you split.
They gone?
Yeah, for now.
You go to get moving, or you need a minute?
I don't think I have a minute, so we should get going.
After you. He kind of struggles to stand up for a second, and then gets back in it.
What do you think, another day or so?
For lucky, and yeah. Probably won't eat if we do.
And I'm going to try and which direction is the wind coming from right now?
It changes, but it's coming from the north right now.
No, straight from the north. Okay.
And it's like howling right now.
Okay. I'm just going to do my best to tilt my back to it and just keep trudging east.
And as you guys start walking, you hear the sound. And you guys know at this point that means the scythe is about to just cut everything above a certain level out of existence, basically.
Grin hits the deck, and if Barret's not moving fast enough, takes Berret with him.
Yeah, I look for if there's already a trench, that'd be great. I assume we're not just traveling out in the barren snow. We're kind of traveling.
No, there's usually foxholes or trenches. You guys find a low point. It's not really a trench, but you guys basically both jump in the mud, and you just hear it happens several seconds after the boom, as if you heard it hit somewhere else, and then it swept over to you. And it's so loud and it's so unnatural sounding that as it passes over you, you guys both have to keep yourself from passing out just due to the fucking uncomfortable feelings. And then it's gone. You have no idea when it'll happen again, but it's a daily, it's a part of life now.
Barrett's gonna splash some muddy slush onto his face and wake himself up for just a second, just to stand up and be like, oh, okay.
Yep. All right, let's go.
I look back to see what it hit.
It sweeps the battlefield.
It's just completely
Sweeps
clear.
everything.
If there's any rubble of
Anybody above a certain height, done.
Clean lines.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't affect pedal heads. There was some agents who tried to wear the pedal head crowns as if it would ward them off, and it turned them into pedal heads immediately.
Yeah. Okay.
But you guys have found that wrapping them around your weapons doesn't kill you and seems to work.
Cool.
In fact, it seems to keep you guys
completely incognito.
Mm-hmm.
But not worth testing with a scythe.
But as you guys get up and you are ugh, you hear commotion behind you as you see, taking high steps through the deep snow and climbing out of the trench, the group of pedal heads, as you guys got up after the scythe, has spotted you.
Shit.
And you guys don't think you can win that fight.
No.
Let's book it. Let's go.
Yep. And we start hauling ass.
Okay.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna take the sides of my axe and try and swat a clearer path as I'm going along, but only with so much effort.
Okay. You guys are running through the snow. Both of you roll an athletics check for me.
Right. 2.
13 total.
Love that.
You guys are hauling ass, and then Berret, you're managing to keep high steps, stumbling occasionally, and you see Grin trip.
As I stop and I turn around and I yank him up by the shoulder. Come on! As I almost try to pull him over me.
Then, with the pedal heads fastly approaching behind you, you see one of them unsheath a long rapier covered in ClockTower runes and shining silver in the howling blizzard wind, and another one aims a a bolt-action rifle your guys' way. And then you hear the scream of a crow bomb just go up there.
Yeah.
And you kind of brace yourself because you're about to be attacked by a whole group of pedalheads, and now from somewhere, I guess from that group maybe, you just heard the scream of a crow bomb.
Like the pedal head in the far back probably hucked one ahead of us or something.
Something like that. And then the group of pedal heads explodes.
What the fuck was that?
And then before you can, as Grin is looking behind him, you guys are stunned. You've got Grin around your arm, like you've got him sort of fireman carry right now, right? Like his arm over your shoulder. You turn around and you see moving forward in like a formation is a group of ClockTower agents who, there's 3 Path of the Wests in front who fire, and then 2 Path of the North split between them and finish off the ones that they dropped in whatever pedalheads didn't get killed by a crow bomb. And then one of the Wests turns to you and holds up his gun and says, "What sector are you with?"
What do you mean sectors? What does that mean?
We're heading east.
Two of them give each other a look and they say, you're from out here?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Drop your weapons.
Drops them.
They look at your weapons covered in pedalhead petals, and they look very suspicious. And for a second, you think these guys might firing line the 2 of you, malnourished as you are right here.
Grin looks down, looks up, and goes, "Okay, I get that." Keeps them from looking at us. That's all I know. Look. He holds up his hands. You can take it off. And he points to the ring.
They look at you guys and they say, "Will you come with us?"
You got food?
They give a little nod as if they're not sure they can tell you that, but this situation seems wholly unnatural to them to begin with.
Grin kind of says that and then looks at Berret and goes, I guess we could anyway.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Better than out here.
And you guys see, as they come up and 2 of the Path of the North guys that are with them, that you only know what path they are by the weapons that they're wielding, but they grab you, not roughly, but like one under each arm, as one of the Path of the West guys collects your weapons in the back, and they walk with 2 guys that have guns on you, the other gun guy carrying your stuff behind, and the 2 Path of the North holding onto you as they walk forward. And as you're walking with them, you see that all of them, despite their, varying ClockTower attire, like you guys, because here in the Harvest Wars, you guys basically have your normal ClockTower uniforms, but they have all had gears, like sewn on, cut out of different like scraps of metal and things, sewn onto the sides of their ClockTower uniforms. And they start taking you guys and go a very specific path, hopping into one of the trenches that you would have thought was abandoned a long time ago. And they go forward, keeping low, going underneath like parts where it's been covered over with wood from a repurposed scrap tower, and just snow has completely covered it. And you and Grin are like, we would not have found this spot. And they take you past sentries and guards, and then you go into trenches that are filled with people. They're just
live people?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
ClockTower
okay.
agents they all have gears on their arms. They all are cleaning their weapons. Some of them are eating food. Some of them are trying to keep warm around with their coats over them. They're all sort of talking. And as you guys are going through, because you guys look like you're gonna die, as messed up as you guys look, they're taking you guys through this, and you see that these trenches are in better order than you've seen any of these other abandoned trenches out there. They're using these. They're living here. And there's a ton of people here. As you're going through, and they don't look like you guys. They don't look like they're starving to death, or they don't look happy. Not a single person here is smiling, but they're all together. And as you're moving through, you see it has like turnoffs that go further south, away from the northern side. And you guys have to go through several checkpoints where you can't really hear what the people are saying as they're bringing them forward. And then when you finally reach the last checkpoint, you see a man standing in front of part of the trench that has a door on it. And Bard, why don't you describe what they see?
A short, stout man stands outside the door, leaning against the wall. He looks tired and worn. His face weathered like a rock face that has seen a million storms and will see a million more. His hair is cut short, shaved on the sides, but roughly so, as if it had been done with just the knife that he now gripped on his belt, barely concealed by his long, weathered trench coat. Beneath his creased brow are a pair of piercing blue eyes that follow you closely. You two are from the Fallen Sector? He looks them up and down, unimpressed, but intrigued. He then sees their weapons and waves the other cog closer.
A little nervous, he steps forward and presents the weapons. Sir, they wrapped their weapons in petals, sir.
Petals? Fuck. That's new. He waves the cog to step back. Wait there. Then he knocks on the door.
And then another guy opens it. He looks like a pretty young-looking ClockTower agent. His outfit has been, kept pretty nice, and he's got sort of makeshift folder of papers in his hand. And then, holding the door open, only slightly, he looks at the person who knocked.
He leans in and speaks to the younger agent in a low tone. There's some nodding before the door is opened fully, and he ushers them inside. Well, get your asses inside. It's cold out here.
Then the two of you are led into an office. Your weapons are put on a table that's full of papers and small figurines that look like they've been hand carved. And there is a man with his back to you who, Jason, if you wouldn't mind describing.
You walk in the office, you see a slender, medium stature, about 5'6", pale of skin, green eyes, black hair, wearing a ankle-length trench coat. One of the side pockets, you see his hat is taken off, stored away. And he turns to look at you, you see on the collar multiple cogs. Everyone else you've seen, other than one or two, have their cogs on their sleeves in different formations. This one has cogs running up along the collar itself. You turn, look. How did you survive?
We looked after each other.
Yeah, and didn't trust anyone we didn't really think was going to be good to us.
You'd stop, look at the weapons on the table, and see some of them covered in petals. You'd walk up to Grin, and you'd pull your eyelid down a little bit, checking your eyes. You wrapped your weapons in petals?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Exhausted and hungry.
How long have you been like this with the petals on your weapons?
Looks over at Berret. Maybe, I don't know, a couple weeks at this point?
Weeks.
Or something? It's hard to tell anymore.
When did you last eat?
Day and a half.
Half a granola bar.
He nods. Goes back to his desk. Grabs a small pack. Rifles through it. Hands both of you a fresh can of Spam.
Awesome.
Opens them up and then sits back and waits, gives you a moment to eat.
Grin starts slow and then kind of just starts getting into it gradually, keeping an eye on this strange man.
Bear's just shoveling it. He's taking the tip of his, I guess he doesn't have his axe right now. He's just using his two fingers and just gulping it down, not making eye contact, and he's just
As
in it.
Grin gets about 3/4 of the way through, he's going to look at the man and say, I'm guessing you're important, but the hell is this?
Every one of us is important. This is the will of the tower trying to fix a problem.
Guess you got better luck than we did.
So it would seem.
What's this about objectors?
I take it you figured out the leveling issue with the scythe?
Yeah.
Yeah, the boom and slash, yeah, a little bit.
From the center there is a abomination that we are here to deal with, I can only assume.
We've only seen the shadow on occasion, depending on the wind.
And the pedal heads.
Well done surviving. What I'm curious about, how do you avoid getting overrun?
Picking our battles.
And running.
Yeah. We've noticed if we compile weapons and items from the fallen, they will congregate, and we use that to bypass certain areas. We run into other agents occasionally. And we just heard from the last group that gives the granola bar that we should be heading east if we wanted to find some organization, I guess.
Why do you have these pedals wrapped around your weapons?
Takes away their sixth sense, whatever you want to call it.
Sixth sense.
They can only see you if they can see you, not through walls or anything else.
We kind of surmised this after the compiling of the items. It's been getting us by so far. It draws their attention, and this does the opposite.
Have you worn the pedals?
Oh, now done.
Heck no.
No.
We've seen that
Bad choice.
go the wrong way.
We've tried this very experiment. Every time we do, our agents feel sick. They feel hollow and hungry. I can only guess that the two of you, that's been your state of being for so long, you may not even have noticed.
Well,
Just
that's
lucky, I guess.
very apt description. Well, yeah. I don't want to kill you, if that means anything. You just fed me some good food.
It's a place to start from. He hands you some more food, piles a little more in front of you, and sits back and waits. How are you feeling?
Feeling warmer, and maybe you should slow down there, Berret.
Barrett's eating like he's about to be put down.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, Berret, I'm serious. And he's gonna kind of like shake him a little bit. Slow down.
Speed up.
No.
As he like almost kind of tries to avoid eye contact while he's eating, and he's just I don't care what anybody's saying right now. I'm stuffing my face.
You vomit, that's on you. And Grin is gonna slow down a little bit, and then he's gonna start looking at this guy with like not suspicion, but kind of like a cautious, okay, who are you kind of thing. And it's gonna say, well, I'm guessing this is something new for you. Certainly new for us.
It is. We've experimented with this exact same thing. No one could stand it for very long. Maybe that's on us for not pushing through or seeing what the advantages could have been.
I don't know. Survival makes you very open to ideas.
I'd walk over to their weapons and start cutting the pedals off. And then watch what happens to them.
Barrett's still stuffing his face.
Grin just kind of watches you.
So you guys got a map or something?
How big is this lost sector, whatever it's called?
I'll also say, what else do they see around this office?
They see papers, and they see two other doors that lead off in a different direction, each of them. The roof is covered, reinforced, and you're uncertain of how deep it is. Guesstimate would be that a crow bomb could hit it directly and not crater it out. But there are papers, there are spam tins with writing punched into them. Everything that can be written on is used. And it seems that this person is going through each of them, sending messages out.
There's also the younger-looking agent who is quietly like a ghost standing in the back of this office as if he is waiting to be told what to do next.
Seeing the numbers, if you were to watch, as I'm sure he is, Grin kind of is looking around, curious. The moment he kind of sees the numbers, his eyes kind of just rest on it for a moment, glances at Berret, looks back at you. This might be new, or maybe very something you're acquainted with. What's your count?
Number of personnel or sectors?
Grin looks taken aback slightly.
we
looks at Berret.
We look at each other like,
oh, no, what are you at? You saw more than I did.
What are you counting?
Agents we saw go. Fall.
as he Berret wipes his lip, he's like, yeah, I think I was about,
Are you looking for the amount that's fallen that I know of from the beginning of this, or today? And why would it matter?
Well, that's just one of the only things we knew out there. You had your count and said if you knew what you were doing or not.
it's the first thing we've been asked when we met someone out here. So, figured it was...
Is that how they're counting survival out in the wildlands?
Seems like.
If you can count, it's a good sign, I guess.
How do you want to live? You want to live like that? Or are you looking for a team?
He looks at the bottom of his Spam can. A team sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We haven't really settled down anywhere, or didn't really want to hold anybody down, but you guys look like you're bunkered in, so...
Better vibe than the last place.
So gathering weapons in large portions and hiding behind pedals. And that's worked so far, has it?
Got us here.
I would look at the figure in the back, nod, beckon him to come over. I'd whisper a few orders into his ear that they wouldn't hear, and he would take off from the room in a hurry. Welcome to your new home.
It's no tower, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm Grin.
Berret.
Magnus. I'll have someone show you to your beds. Rest, and then we'll see what you can do.
Beds. As Berret, holds his gut like he just finished a Thanksgiving meal. All right. Sign me up, Captain.
Don't get too excited. They're made mostly of lint.
Beat slush.
I'll take it.
By the way, can you pull things from your pockets?
I wish. No. Not so lucky. Not out here.
And what can you do, Berret?
What do you need me to do?
Good answer. Get some rest.
Yes, sir.
And we see, in a large jump of time, very near the end of the war, Berret, you feel the cogs that are almost heavy on your arm as you witness one of the worst things you and Grin have ever seen. The cogs, the 10 years, the army that you have joined and did join so long ago, had managed, using the strategies that you and Grin had brought to them and working with the other sectors, to push in hard. And you'd gotten all the way up to the inner ring where you can see vaguely the Reaper beyond the most concentrated part of the light. You, Berret, almost stepped into the light, and then Grin got this gut feeling and grabbed your collar as the dude next to you did walk into the light, and he fell over, screamed, turned around, shot the dude on the other side of you guys, turned into a pedal head immediately as soon as he touched that light. You can't get past the inner ring. The light is so strong there that if you were to try and go through it, you turn into a petalhead immediately. And as this is happening, you see that the guys next to you manage to shoot that petalhead. You take the one who had just turned in front of you down as you start thinking to tend to your other wounded squad member, knowing that the one who turned into a petalhead, you don't have to collect their body because they've been re-killed once. And then you see an all-out push from some other sector, not the Tin Gears. As you guys were getting recon, they decided to just full force into the inner ring, do a massive push. And you watch as almost an entire sector runs face first into that light and just, it cascades backwards. The ones who turn into petalheads take, kill, and grab those that fell or that they killed, turning them into petalheads, and very quickly, this all-out assault from another sector that you can't imagine was acting with any orders from your captain.
Yeah. They turn into a front line of the team.
A massive one that starts spilling over towards your small squad. And you see something, Berret, as Grin has pulled you back, that as that whole sector falls, you see the shape of the Reaper grow larger. And then they're coming for you. This small army of petalheads, you have a small head start. The body that is down in front of you, not worth carrying because it will be all of your bodies if you guys don't leave right now.
I'll just yank the cog off his shoulder. We gotta go.
Your other squad mate says, we can fall back to the scrap towers, use those as a version, and then you see his eye explodes.
Grin is moving.
Okay, you hear gunshots, magic firing in the background from Fallen Path of the East, and you two run. You feel snow, you feel the ice, you hear them behind you moving fast. Petalheads don't move like zombies. They don't shamble. They move. They move with hatred and no remorse as they just haul ass across this battlefield towards you. And at some point, you hear crow bombs and a scrap tower falls and almost falls on both of you, splitting the two of you up as the petalheads start to spread out a little bit more. The initial force chasing you guys seems to not be their main option for some reason. And Berret, as you had seen the scrap tower fall and hear the people going, you realize that this might be the last time you see Grin. You're not sure because you saw him, the scrap tower fell, you've got people coming at you, and if you turn to fight right now, you're probably dead. What are you gonna do?
So Grin just went into the scrap tower?
No. Like, you guys were running and you went to take cover behind a scrap tower and a crow bomb blew it up and it fell and almost crushed both of you, and you went out of the way in different directions. As effectively what is 2 or 3 squads of petalheads started descending on that position after the crow bomb.
I'm just gonna yell over the wind, like, head south, I'll find you!
Okay, and then you just run.
Yeah.
You run, and you feel something grab you as you fall into a trench, and there is a petalhead with like a short blade in one hand that is just trying to push it into your chest.
I'm gonna turn him over to the side and dig him into the dirt and try and get a reposition and get this pointed away from me.
Mm-hmm.
And
roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
9. You cannot get him off of you. You're trying to roll him in the dirt and you just can't, but you manage to grab one of your axes.
Cool, great. I'm just gonna do my best to just sever the hand that's holding the blade.
Okay, roll to hit.
11?
He manages to get the knife and sort of knock your axe away for a second. It goes to stab you again. You grab its wrist as it's holding you, and you realize that on your left-hand side, that his body is pressed against yours, so you can't really reach around him or in between you to grab the axe on the other side of your hip, and yours is just off to the right, having been knocked out of your hand.
I'm gonna do my best to like just take his hand and then turn my back to his chest and flip him over and try and cut off his arm after I've like reached.
Oh, you're gonna grab your other axe?
Yeah, after I've flipped him over, I'm just gonna cut his arm off.
We're going to do this like an escalation for this. 3.
20.
You manage to roll him over, grab the other axe off your hip, you cut his arm off, you kick him in the face, and just like basically smash his head against the wooden part of the back of the trench that you're in, and you grab your axe while you just keep hauling ass back to your guys' front line. And by the time you get there, your chest is burning. You feel like your heart is going to explode in your chest because you have not stopped running through the snow this entire time to make it back to your line. And as you run, you see that you're not going through like proper channels to get back at all. And there are like a whole line of guys who pop up with guns at the trench. What are you?
I hold up both my axes, handles up. 10 gear, my 10 gear!
You see like one guy is about to aim and another person on the line like pulls him out and they like fucking wave you in, and you like steal one glance over your shoulder, and you don't think there are any pedal heads chasing you anymore. You don't know how long they haven't been chasing you. It didn't matter because you have to tell everybody what you just saw.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you have to tell one person what you just saw.
Did you see anybody else? Am I the only one?
Yeah, you're the first person that's come this way.
Well, a whole nother sector just went into the light. There's a whole front line. There's dozens, hundreds.
This frontline guy looks at you like you're crazy for telling him this. He's like, and then you realize that like, fuck this guy. This guy's not the guy you need to tell. And you have been on so many spec ops that usually you report to, as you would put it, the captain directly, or his like second-hand guy. Are you just gonna make your way?
Yeah, I guess I'm just bulldozing past all these dweebs and just making my way to the door.
Do you say anything to the man who's just like looking at you like a deer in the headlights? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I just stop talking and I like do the eyes, like pointing at my eyes, and I like keep an eye on the horizon. There should be one after me, and then hundreds after him. Those guys are coming for you.
He looks at all of the gears on your arm and gives you like a scared nod, and you see the other people around him. One of them checks his ammo. He's Path of the West. He shouldn't really need to check his ammo, but he's that like, you're like, oh my God. And then you just start pushing through.
I'm like waking people up if they're sleeping and like, get up, front line, go, as I'm making my way past them.
Okay. And then you get to the end, Berret. You like go. Are you knocking on the door to the office? The office, by the way, this office now, different office than it was before. It's been moved several times. You're not even in the same trench than when you first met the captain.
I'll do like a quick, like
cap in with an apostrophe.
Yeah, captain. I bang open door.
Okay. You see there are those 3 guys around the table again. It's the captain, his right-hand man, and their attaché, who, by the way, is the man who you saw Berret in Haven.
Gotcha.
The attaché.
Okay, cool.
And you see them all like look like, who the fuck would barge in here like that? And then they see you and they're like, oh, okay.
What other gears were going to the front line?
You and 2 other teams.
It's just me now.
Tell me what you saw.
This other team just ran straight into the light. And
slow down. What other team? What direction? Who?
Obviously not a recon team. Couldn't tell what color gears they were, but it didn't matter. They were gone so quickly. They turned on each other as soon as they walked into the light. They became the front line.
It just became a horrendous mob. They instantly turned on our team. Me and Grim almost made it out before we got separated, and it's just me. As everybody was getting snuffed out, the Reaper just got bigger and bigger.
What do you mean, bigger?
Bigger! Harder to kill! I don't know.
Did the light expand with it?
A little bit. The front line of that light expanded, and it's like it's like if everybody that died fed the Reaper a little bit, it got a little bit bigger, you'd never be able to notice, but seeing everybody die all at once like that, you saw the creep of it growing bigger.
I saw the perimeter just grow, as well as the silhouette, and that's all I could see before I had to head back.
Well done getting back. I would look at my attaché, or my chief. It's confirmed. Just like we thought. And they did it. They pushed through after we told them not to.
The chief pulls his knife and slams it nearly hilt deep into the wall beside him. Bastards! I should have shot their ringleaders. I should have broken their fucking knees. What did I fucking say?
They didn't want to listen? So be it.
Pauses and closes his eyes, taking a deep breath, the rage subsiding. Your order, sir?
Go with Fortress plan. I want 3-1. Now.
Chief snaps to attention and salutes, with speed and brutality.
You see the dude who was just angry just snaps to the task that was given to him, starts organizing people. You see the attaché goes out for a second and comes back with like 4 guys following him, and they start sending out messengers to just change the entire formation of this front line, to completely change everything. Although, Barry, you don't know, you go on missions, you do what you're supposed to do, and you come back and you report to these guys, and usually you and Grin have been on missions where everybody else died before and have kept each other alive, because at the end of the day, it's the mission and it's you two and then it's the mission. And you still just remember seeing him and you split the tower on either side without really thinking about it, right? Like, he goes left, you go right, and then you just keep seeing, like, for some reason you keep thinking of the back of his hair, because that was the last part of him you saw before he disappeared. And you just don't know if he's alive or dead out there. And even as this office starts to, like, move, as in, like, the chief is sending messengers out and they start doing things, you vaguely heard the captain say something, but it sounded like wah, 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 as you're just kind of like staring out, like, it's just the back of his hair. The last thing you're ever going to have seen of Grin is the back of his hair.
Captain, Grin's still out there.
What are you asking?
I'm not asking anything.
Not that you ever would.
As he, like, leaves the room with, like, gives him a nod and just turns around and starts making his way past all of these, like, moving, bustling people, just eyes just deadpan forward as he's, like, power walking and, like, not running because he'd just fucking run into everybody, but...
You feel a hand on your shoulder, and as you turn around, it's not Grin. It's the captain's attaché, and he says, orders, report to your bed.
Uh-huh. On my way. Thanks.
He looks at you like he knows that that's not true, and he says, I've been ordered to take you there.
Okay.
He says you're gonna need rest.
Well, there's only one way to do that.
Come on, Berret. Can we just go?
You can come along.
Fine. If you need to find Grin that badly, go eat something first. Then go.
I ate before the mission.
Just do it. Just give him time. What if he shows up here while you're out there? The best way to find somebody is to stay in one place.
You got anything on you?
No. And I have to go I have to report back as soon as I take you to your barracks.
Fine. Let's go.
And he takes you and, like, waits for you to sit on your cot, and you grab some food, and you see him whisper something to the dude at the door, and then he leaves. And the dude at the door stands in front of the opening to the barracks and just stands there. It's a big dude.
I'm just like staring daggers at this dude as I'm stuffing my mouth. Just like not blinking. Yeah.
You're scarfing it down because as soon as you're done eating, you're going out there to find Grin, right? Is that your plan?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or you finish eating, takes you probably what, like 2 minutes max?
Yeah.
Are you gonna go try and get past this guy at the door?
Yeah.
Okay. He stands in the way and goes, sit down.
No.
Don't make me make you.
As I like straighten up, like, make me.
All right, well, he's gonna grapple check you. This guy's whole deal is that he's the door guy. He was picked for this job for a reason. He's 6'6" and he's built. He got a natural 1.
I got a 12.
You break his ankles, dude. You try to go right, he tries to go left. You run out of you juke past him, he falls. Like he just like trying to grab you. You juked him that hard, and then you run face first into another dude whose back is to the door. What are you doing?
Grab the door frame and kick him out of the way as I go over him.
All right.
He doesn't notice me yet.
Roll
so that's
again,
my
you have advantage.
11. Oh, advantage. Yeah, I'll go with 11.
You got an 18.
Fuck me.
You slam into him. He goes, ugh, and he turns around as you try to get past him, and he grabs you by the like fur part of your collar and like doesn't let you go for a second and goes, Berret, don't do this.
I take my jacket off.
And you slip out of it. You're like fucking crazy-eyed looking through the trenches like, who else is gonna try to stop me? Which direction are you going? Are you trying to make your way through? Because the barracks are in the like near the back of the front line. Like they're not near the front line. Are you gonna start making your way through the trenches?
North.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And you just start like trying to go as fast as you can. A few other people are like, what the fuck, where are you going? And you're just going, and you get to the front line, and you just see there are people moving on the front line to like everybody, they're turtling up.
Gotcha.
And you see
phalanx, like,
and you see there are people like coming in from the right and the left of the front lines, because you're no longer, the sector to your west is no longer the wild sector because you've moved sectors. And they have bronze gears that are also coming in. They are making this sector a fortress. And as you're doing that, what are you doing? Are you gonna like climb out of the trench?
Yeah, why the fuck would they butt me out of this? As, yeah, I guess, well, it would be like super fucking obvious if I just broke formation and just like single guy with no jacket running out into the fucking wind.
And then you hear somebody call your name.
Berret!
Grin?
And you turn around and like you're climbing out of the trench and you
What
look
the
over.
hell are you doing?
As I just bring him in for a very aggressive hug.
Oh. Okay. Well, I can see you were on a mission, but we got new orders. Sorry. Glad you made it back.
What took you so long?
I got a little sidetracked, that's all. I made my report. You know I like to talk.
They tried tying me down in the barracks.
Yeah. You cold, Berret? You lost your jacket.
I realize how cold I am.
You realize a lot of things. You're exhausted. You feel like your heart is going to explode from running the whole way earlier. You feel like you're ready to pass out now that you finally, the stresses of Grin might be dead has left your body.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you, we get to go sit in the nice warm pocket room. So...
What? Really?
You know,
Pocket duty? As he like waves and gestures to the huge fucking crowd.
Grin kind of puts his hands up and goes, you know, I wish I knew.
What did you say? What did you say?
I gave my report.
What did you say in your report?
What happened?
Fuck.
I know it's... Okay, can we at least do it for now before we fight him on it? I know you're going to. I know.
Before we fight him on it, he like...
I know you're going
stops.
to. But for now, can we just You're freezing, Berret. Come on.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I should go get my gears before Grunt tells me what to do.
Yeah.
So you go back and get your jacket. You and Grin report to the Path of the East pocket duty. You're in a covered room that is one of the deepest parts of the trenches that exists, in which every Path of the East that is in the Cog army, well, actually, they're split up into multiple pocket rooms so that if one crow bomb hits the pocket room, it doesn't kill all of them. But you go to the one that you're told to go to, Grin, that you were assigned to, and they expect you to sit in this pocket room and try and produce things like a Path of the East can out of your pockets. As you see all of the other Path of the East just like lint, rope, lint, wallet, lint, fish. And then like one of them grabs the fish, processes it, writes something down by punching a can of Spam. And you see them just pulling out, and like one of them goes, I got paper! And another person's like, yes! And they all just start like, they all cheer a little bit in the back, and they go back to just lint.
As I look to Grin, we got paper.
And then a little bit into the pocket duty, Berret, 4 guys show up and tell you to put these shackles on after the report of you disobeying orders and trying to run out of the barracks has apparently reached the captain and come back. As
it's like I basically got shackles on already as I'm like pulling out my pockets.
As you sit next to Grin, both of you unable to do anything in this room for you have no idea how long, but it feels like forever. And then you hear the clock tower chime.
As I like bolt my head up.
As everybody in the room looks around at you guys, and you just start to hear a cheer, the commotion of people realizing what that meant, and then you're back in the tower, a crushing wave washing over you, and you're back on the couch. The Harvest War's over. Hey, it's me, Ellie again. Cold open flashback episode. Don't mind if I do. This episode has fought us every step of the way to exist, but it's here now. And I cannot thank our amazing cast and guest stars enough for all of their performances. Thank you to Jason for the massive effort to be the guest star in this arc, and thank you to Bard for helping bring the Chief to life as well. I'd like to thank Jason, Bard, and all of our friends that were with me that rainy night when we talked about the Harvest Wars for hours. It's thanks to that night that this episode and much of this season has turned out like it has. And I couldn't be prouder and more grateful of the friends I have in my life. Now, on to credits. Berret was played by Bink. Sam was played by Cal. Trinket was played by Kball. Jaeger was played by Trent. Magnus was played by our friend Jason Moore. The Chief was played by our friend Bard. Oh, and Grin was played by Andrew Smith, of course. And I, Ellinthris, was the DM. The editing of the show is done by Cal and myself. Thank you, Cal, for all the work you do to keep the show going. The voice of our disclaimer is Valik Donahew. You can check out his work at patreon.com/themadlanddreamer. All music from Season 1 of ClockTower, and some songs made for Season 2, made by Who's Music. If you want your own D&D music commissioned, you can contact them and find all of their work through their website, whosisthis.com, or find it in the description below. Thanks, Who's! If you want to learn more about the art behind ClockTower, you can head over to our Art and Animation YouTube channel. The ClockTower test on our website was programmed by LeMay. If you would like to join the ClockTower community, you can go to our Discord server where fans and the cast alike are able to chat. This show is funded by our patrons on Patreon. Thank you for all of your constant and continued support. If you would like to donate to help the show keep going, please head over to our Patreon and become a patron. All the links to the websites I just mentioned can be found in the episode description or on our website, clocktoweragent.com. And thank you again for listening. ClockTower Season 2, Episode 61, will be out for all of our early episode patrons on August 1st and released publicly on August 8th. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the Clock Tower.